Arjun again, representing Team Indy. So today's topic is about BJP's history of using Kargil for political mileage. In elaboration, today's topic is about BJP's attitude towards war and warriors. Its main purpose is to win elections, and for this reason, it politicized the army for its own articulated way. Ours is a democratic country, so naturally there are many ideologies and philosophies among every individual party. Therefore, it is to remain concerned to many controversial issues. The party had opened a romanticized world before the soldiers, that the sacrificing of their lives was a glorifying work for their country. In a word, the party used their youthful spirit and their sacrifices for the political end. But the real picture was totally opposite. Neither did they show any concern or any sympathetic attitude in time of their crisis. When one of them, like the border security officer soldier Tej Bahadur Singh, had raised his voice against the authorities' neglecting attitude towards them, such as serving unhealthy and uneatable food to them, he had to be sacked for this reason, that he had broken the laws and regulations prevailing there. Thus, it had been of no thinking that BJP government's only concern is to use the Naujawans' vigor, energy and timeless endeavour to win the elections and their political goal. The party is hardly concerned about their welfare and living conditions and is totally ignorant about their problems and crises. The party never shows any concern, neither do they inspire them by telling them that the country's national security is sturdy, which is material and institutional, and does not repress the conflict of killing the soldiers. It was the time when Sonia Gandhi came to the picture to run her leadership. Sharad Pawar, an eminent figure in the political world, who was also elected many a times for the member of Rajya Sabha and who was also the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, condemned her command on the grounds of foreign origin. Pawar's opinion was that, being a foreign person, it's impossible for her to understand her own party or the country. It is to be noted that it was the high time for the BJP's electoral campaigning under the towering leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, whose endless contribution under the passage of time raised the party's power and position that brought India to its glorifying victory and humiliation to Pakistan to its great extent in the war of Kargil. To an utter surprise that India's humiliating Pakistan was more important than winning the war, the party was satisfied that they could humiliate Pakistan in the war. Ultimately, what had happened? Although the Kargil war was won over by the BJP government and the neighbouring country got defeated and humiliated enough by them, but their position was never changed and they did not increase one seat in the year 1998. But the situation changed when the loss of Congress seats in Maharashtra had a split in the party that boosted up the BJP's Shiv Sena seats into 28 that the Saffron Party had won over these years contesting alone. Then what we see? That the Kargil war resulted in the BJP-led NDA that held up to its seats and could not do anything. But the BJP could not come out of their exploiting nature and dominating habit. In the recent Pulwama attacks, we can see that they had again used their usual violence and political mileage. Even the BJP's election poster also witnesses the suppressing and violence-creating background with an armed soldier with reference to surgical strike in the foreground stand, where Modi is seen threatening Pakistan. Political leaders or BJP spokesperson argue forcefully that questioning our soldiers amounts to anti-nationalism. To conclude, it is to say that the politicization of the armed forces must stop. In the past 72 years since the independence, it has never let the nation down. National security is its prime concern. So we have come to the end of this episode and we promise that we are going to be back with some another controversial and epic topic again. So this is me, Shohini Sen, signing off. Stay tuned.
15 अगस्त का दिन कहता आजादी अभी अधूरी है, सपने सच सोना बाकी हैं, रावी की शपथ न पूरी है। जिनकी लाशों पर पग धर कर आजादी भारत में आई, वे अब तक है खाना बदोश गम की काली बदली छाई। कलकत्ते के फुटपाथों पर जो आंधी पानी सहते हैं, उनसे पूछो 15 अगस्त के बारे में क्या कहते हैं। भूखों को गोली, नंगों को हथियार पिनाए जाते हैं, सूखे कंठों से जेहादी नारे लगवाए जाते हैं। लाहौर, कराची, ढाका पर मातम की है काली छाया, पख्तूनों पर, गिलगित पर है गमगीन गुलामी का साया। बस इसीलिए तो कहता हूं आजादी अभी अधूरी है, कैसे उल्लास मनाऊं मैं। बस इसीलिए तो कहता हूं आजादी अभी अधूरी है, कैसे उल्लास मनाऊं मैं। थोड़े दिन की मजबूरी है, दिन दूर नहीं खंडित भारत को पुनः अखंड बनाएंगे। दिन दूर नहीं खंडित भारत को पुनः अखंड बनाएंगे। गिलगित से गारो पर्वत तक आजादी पर्व मनाएंगे। उस स्वर्ण दिवस के लिए आज से कमर कसें, बलिदान करें। जो पाया उसमें खो न जाएं, जो खोया उसका ध्यान करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।